Magandang gabi po kapamilya. Daang-daang mga Pilipino sa buong mundo ang lumahok sa isang pagkilos para kalampagin ang China. The rallies are part of the Global Day of Protest, spearheaded by a new group called West Philippine Sea Coalition, denouncing China's aggression and continued occupation of Philippine territories in the West Philippine Sea. At dito po sa Amerika, tinutukan natin ang mga isinasagawang pagkilos mula sa iba't ibang mga estado. At makakasama po natin ngayon mula sa New York si Don Tagala, si Steve Angeles mula naman sa California. Ano nga ba ang punot dulo ng mga pagkilos na ito? Don Tagala brings us up to speed from the United Nations headquarters in New York, where activists have taken their protests. Don?
What we want! China! When we want it!
July 24 marks the first anniversary of China's creation of the Sansha Prefecture. Protesters here say it's the day China bullied its way to claim 1 million square miles of the South China Sea, including some of the Philippines' territories. Led by the U.S. Pinoys for Good Governance President Loida Nicholas Lewis, Filipinos from all over the East Coast came in full force to condemn China's aggression towards the Philippines.
We are here at the United Nations so that they will declare that China has no basis in international law. Itong laban na ito, tayo'y mananalo. This belongs to the people of the Philippines. So, mabuhay ang Filipino! Mabuhay ang Filipinas.
While a formal hearing is ongoing at the United Nations Arbitral Tribunal for a peaceful resolution of the Philippine-China territorial dispute, Lewis says ground protests like these can make a difference. They are calling other nations to join the fight. Kababayans from as far as Boston and Connecticut joined the protest.
We'll just have to continue doing it until they give in to us.
I think it's very important because they are fighting for the rights. We own the island and they are getting it piece by piece, you know? So it's very important for the Filipino. We should defend our country. We should die for it.
Kababayans here vow to continue their protest until the Philippines reclaims its rightful territories in the West Philippine Sea. Don Tagala, ABS-CBN News, New York.
Salamat sa iyo, Don Tagala. Mula naman po sa New York, dumako tayo ngayon sa Los Angeles, kung saan daan-daan ding mga Pilipino ang nagtipon-tipon sa konsulada naman ng China. Steve, these Filipino groups have been doing this for 2 years in a row now. In terms of impact, are they actually making a difference?
Jill, at the very least, they brought international attention to the issue. While the numbers may be dwindling, Filipinos continue to make sure their voices are heard during the Chinese-Philippine dispute.
China out!
When do we want it?
Filipinos rallied outside the Chinese consulate in Los Angeles and San Francisco.
What we're doing is we're creating worldwide vision. We're making the world aware of what China is doing. Aggression and intrusion on and violation of the international law of the seas.
Our soil! Our oil!
Over the past years, China has been in a dispute over island territories in the surrounding seas with several countries. The U.S. Pinoys for Good Governance has been spearheading the American actions, putting in their personal time, effort, and finances.
It's just the love of our motherland, the Philippines, that keeps us going. We have to do it. If nobody else will, we have ourselves to inspire the next generation of future Filipino Americans.
In San Francisco, a similar protest with elderly Filipino World War II veterans chaining themselves to the Chinese consulate entrance to call the world's attention to China's act of aggression against the Philippines. Aside from a day of global protest, Filipinos say they'll continue to make their voices heard by boycotting Chinese products and services. Joe?
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Steve Angeles. Nauna na po sa Pilipinas ang mga pagkilos na ito na nananawagan sa China na itigil na ang pag-aangkin nito sa teritoryo ng Pilipinas, bringing signs that say it is bad feng shui to steal territories. The movement, made up of civil society leaders, student organizations, human rights and religious groups, wants to raise awareness among Filipino worldwide of the territorial dispute in the West Philippine Sea. At yan po ang ating issue ngayon para sa araw ng Miyerkules. Malaking bagay para po sa mga civil society group ang ipagtanggol ang teritoryo ng Pilipinas laban sa China, pero tumatalaba raw ang isyong ito sa buhay ng ating mga kababayan sa pang-araw-araw. Ang ating nagbabagang tanong, does it matter to you that China occupies Philippine territories in the disputed South China Sea? Ibahagi ang inyong opinyon. Visit our website at balitangamerica.tv to vote. Ang resulta, malalaman bukas.